Greetings, Corona campers, and happy Easter. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Usually it's a day that we all spend with our families, and yeah, well, it got a little difficult this year, didn't it? So I hope you do get with your families one way or another, whether it be through FaceTime or a Zoom meeting. Of course, we still have a few of our family members here. We're missing all the others. Big air hugs for everyone. So, you know, our Easter didn't look quite like what we are used to in our lives, and usually our days here at Camp Corona don't look like anything our usual days look like either. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about what our days have looked like since we've been here. We begin with a project after we roll out of bed a little late. And for instance, Scott had the idea that we needed to paint the front fence white. Happened to have some spray paint in the shed here, so I began to paint the fence white.
My Indian chief neighbor shared with me a Passover secret. He told me that if you paint your fences and gates white, that the tribes of yuppie, Harley riding Hells Angels packs will pass over your house and not raid you of all your Heineken and Chardonnay.
Usually, after a little bit of the projects that we have going on, we take a little stroll through the property and we try to find some beauty in the trees and in nature, and art.
It's not uncommon out in rural Oklahoma to find old beat up trucks in front yards, but when you do it intentionally, it's called yard art.
After we have a little bit of afternoon project time, whether that be playing puzzles,
A puzzle from hell.
doing some more art, then it's time to settle in for a nice family dinner. Over the campfire is one of our favorites.
Supper time at Camp Corona is one of the most special events we have all day long in quarantine. Our beef comes from Catabar Ranch. Shout out to Norm Stevens. Our wood comes from all the trees throughout the property, and it's all cooked over open flame, the way camping is supposed to be. One of the best things about Camp Corona is sitting down for a family meal. Quarantine has brought the family meal back into practice. Maddox, get back down here. So, Jill, tell us what you're grateful for on Camp Corona and this quarantine.
Time together.
Ooh, Mammy, what's your favorite part about Camp Corona and this time that we have together?
Being safe and healthy.
Ooh, Maddox. Amen. Let's eat.
Part of surviving a quarantine is holding truth to the traditions that you've held in your family over the years. Just because this Easter looks a little different than it did before doesn't mean you can't make do with what you have. Tonight, I'll be celebrating communion with a leftover Hideaway pizza crust and an open bottle of Merlot.